Hello and welcome to another MrBenn Makes. Today we're going to be doing the DE-10 blaster revolver pistol from the Star Wars universe. This is one of those pistols actually never seen on screen. It shows up in a video game and a comic, I believe. Link to an article on it will be in the description below, as well as the link to the Thingiverse. So, at the moment I don't do my own 3D CAD design, so a lot of all this stuff is on Thingiverse. Right, let's get our Gorilla Glue, and we're doing the rear of the scope at the moment. Just quickly glue that up. I am running low on glue, but I have another bottle downstairs in the kitchen of a different style of glue, which I will bring up for my next project. Just clamp that shut right there, there we go. Okay, now onto the barrel assembly in the front receiver. Revolvers are one of those designs that are age old and will never go away, and I actually really like them. They're kind of cool. Pretty simple weapons, nice and easy to clean. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload, especially if you enjoy my content. Anyway, as I was saying, revolvers are one of those age old weapons that just seem to never stop being cool. I'll just get one little squeeze clamp there. There we go. Squeeze that together. Yep. Picked those up from Lidl for £5 for a set of 4. Really nice bit of kit that, actually, to be honest. And now onto the main body. I'm going to say that the revolver part is where the main Tabana gas is stored. So in the Star Wars universe, the laser bolts are actually superheated plasma from Tabana gas. So that was what the magazines are, you see on the side of the weapons, that's the canisters. So I'm going to say the cylinder, where my hand is at the moment, just clamp the pistol grip together. Yeah, so the revolver, the cylinder, sorry, would be where the Tabana gas is. That would pop out, you could refill it with gas, slot it back into the weapon, and you're good to go. Something like, for a carbine rifle, you're looking at about 500 shots. So they don't need reloading for a long time. Alright, that's all clamped together now, so leave that for a few hours for the glue to set. And you can hear my printer going in the background again. Oh well. So, just drop the pistol out. So, unfortunately when it printed, part of it picked up off the plate. It's left some gaps. And the screws didn't print out very well. Yep, there's another gap. But I have a solution. Nice simple solution. Let's just take the barrel assembly out. Let's have a look at that one, see how it's done. It's looking good. Yep, you can see part of the gaps again. Just checking it a bit closer to my eyes so it's off screen for a second. Yeah, it looks good. Alright then, let's check the rear scope, just clip that out. Perfect. So, I'm going to be using a product to fill in the holes just on the top there. They shouldn't be too hard. The main problem is the screw holes, the cylinder and the pistol grip. So yeah, that there's not good. It doesn't look good on the print, doesn't look good for the customer. Milli putty is my solution. Comes in two types of clay. One in a clear packet, one in a blue packet, and you have to join the two together to activate the putty, a bit like the green stuff from Warhammer. So I always either underjudge it or overestimate it and have like a ball of the stuff left over, but I actually really like using this stuff. Can't tell you what each piece is for, I just know they have to be mushed together. Just take a bit of dry cap bit off the end there. Alright then, so we've got the two pieces and we just squeeze them together, and a bit like we do with blue tack, you just keep moulding them, keep kneading them until it's gone a complete white. Let's just speed up the process here. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes just to get everything mixed in, depending on how much you've got. But it's a fun bit, it gets all over your hands and there's flakes of it everywhere for days. Definitely need to hoover up afterwards. There you go, just rubbing my fingers there, got it all flaky, yep. So first off, and then what I do, I just squeeze it in and rub it in and push it into the holes. and scrape off the excess, and it makes a nice clean clean seal along the holes. You can use a sanding paper afterwards, but I tend not to because I get it just right on the first time. Plus I'm terrible at sanding. But that's another story. I'm just doing it off screen again like an idiot. Yeah, just rub it in, rub it in, rub it off. And it just, you can do it while it's wet, while it's molded. Just lay it off nicely with the print. It takes about 3 to 4 hours to dry. Just got a bit on the cylinder there. Got a bit back in there. Gets right under my nails and everything. This stuff does. Make up a little ball. Just stick it into the rivet holes. Yep, that's looking good. Just pack it all in, rub it off, pack it all in again. There you go. Quite happy with that one. So, just a bit on the screw hole for the pistol grip. Pack it all in, rub it off. Perfect. Rub off the bits that are stuck to the body where I don't want it to. And again, rivet hole, well, screw hole that would be on the pistol grip to get to the trigger springs and everything. And now the other side of the main body. And there we go, there's one. There's two. It just needs a little bit more. I underestimated how much I needed. Rub the rest of it off. And there we go. That should be good enough to do now. Yep, I'm quite happy with that one. So just rub off all the little bits that are stuck on it. Wipe the table down. Okay, and now just what's left, I do the rivet holes on the main body. This would be where they hold the barrel in place. And the gas tube, I believe that is meant to be underneath, and just the top of the scope now. I don't know why they put scopes on these little pistols. The way you shoot them, the scope wouldn't work, but I assume it would be like a targeting computer or something. Oh, just need a little bit more putty. So there we go, just squeeze that all together. I think I've overestimated how much I need again. Oh well. For about £10 that box was, so off Amazon. I've got a lot of it. I've used it a bit. It's really good stuff. You can't see it once it's been painted over, so I'm happy with it. There we go. Just squeeze the last of it in, and what I do is bit over the barrel as well, just to seal the barrel up, because you do not want holes in your barrel. If this was a real thing and it was shooting, you'd have spanner gas and plasma shooting right upwards and probably into your face. So yeah, just decide, you know what, I'm going to do the front of the scope there, and I'm just going to fill it in completely with the putty. So just rub it down a bit, get it all nice and smooth, just pack it all into the grooves. And I'll do the same to the other end. Take a bit too much, take some off. Just squeeze that in there, and we're done. Bit of the underside, just to fill it in. Yep, all good. Rub off any excess. Make sure I've got everywhere. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I roll it up, and there's a little hole between the two parts. So I'm going to just use some in there just to help stick it all together. So a bit more Gorilla Glue on the front of the chamber. A bit of the putty in, maybe. A bit more glue. Yeah, just squeezing the putty into the hole. And now, off camera like a complete idiot, because I'm not paying attention to where I'm doing everything. There we go. Just squeeze it all in together. Make sure it's all on. There we go, give it a nice good squeeze. Right, and now I'm going to just do the lid. Always make sure to seal up your glue. You do not want dry glue nozzles, otherwise that whole tub's just wasted then. Get the clamps back out and just clamp the two parts together, and they will hold quite nicely. This is like a pressure system, so I squeeze a little trigger on the underside of the clamp and it squeezes it nice and tight. It will not move. So just trying to get it to stand up for me. Use part of the tripod. There we go, that's a good idea. Use the other little clip to make a foot. There we go. Standing now. So just glue the rest of the scope in place. I'm just going to put a little bit on the mounting bracket and a little bit on the front there. Doesn't quite line up, but oh well. And there we go. Now I'll hold it there for a bit. I do actually put another clamp on this off camera once I stop the camera rolling, just to make sure it stays in place. But I don't capture that on film, I'm afraid, sorry. So yeah, I'm just looking for the clamp now, going, huh, where'd that clamp go? You know what, I'll turn the camera off. Bye bye. So, that is everything glued together now. Everything's nice and hard. It's about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours for all that mini putty to dry. So now it's just a little bit more sealing up where the body didn't quite line up with the two parts on one side. So just get the putty out again. There's one piece. Yep, just pointing out where I'm going to do it. You could probably see it. Oh well. So, what other content would you like to see? What other sort of weapons, props and things would you like to see me make? Leave a comment down in the description below. Well, leave a comment in the comment section down below, should I say. Just rub it all together again. And squeeze it all in. This is definitely where I've overdone it. But oh well. Yeah. I missed a bit around the pistol grip and the trigger handguard. It's actually quite a thick trigger handguard. I'm surprised at how that came out. Oh. There we go. Squeeze that in, squeeze that in, squeeze that in. Fill in any of the details too much. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Looks enough. Off, there's my hair. And there we go. That's the main nearly put done, and I'm going to just paint over that, and it should dry. So we've got X11 chrome silver, and it's come on, focus, focus, focus. No, keep it up. Just give that a good shake. It's been sat down for a few days. And speed it up again. So I'm using my nice big number 8 brush. And I'm literally just going to slap it all over. Start with the front sight and the barrel assembly. The chrome silver is actually really nice finish, so I'm quite happy with this one. Might do another one black one day for myself. This is going off to my best friend. Shout out to him. He got the thermal detonators I made the other day as well. Around the rest of the body now. It's actually a really nice design, this DE-10. It's a shame it's never been shown on screen before. But it is definitely a Star Wars weapon. Doing the inside, bottom of the chamber. Paint, paint, paint. So do you guys enjoy watching this? Is there, I'm thinking about doing some discussion type videos in the future, where I talk about subjects like Star Wars and Star Trek, Halo, Mass Effect, especially with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition coming out soon. So let me know if you would like to have those sort of discussions with me, if if you want to do those sort of videos. So yes, I think those would be quite popular and a lot easier to produce than these 3D models. Doing the undersides now, make sure I give everything a nice good coat of paint. I've always tried to remember to put things on screen for you guys. It doesn't always happen, so I apologise. Now we're doing the other side. Starting again, barrel assembly. I actually really enjoy painting these models up. I've got to remember to hold the paintbrush properly, but when I'm doing stuff like this, I could just hold it, slap it all over. Problem with the chrome silver, I find, is it also shows your paint strokes quite badly. So, but it adds to the rustic look, I say. Now onto the main body, just painting over the mini putty I did earlier. Trying not to do the scope, I'm going to be doing that in a different colour slightly, just to have a bit of a difference. So, such a lovely pistol to hold, I will say. Do over the rivets, make sure I fill those in. And the trigger guard. So when in the real world, the revolver was one of the first cased weapons. So we had the musket, and I think Star Wars had similar style of weapons, slugthrowers they were called. And it was a single shot, reload it, and then people started going, well, we want more shots in our pistols and our rifles. So someone came up with a genius idea to make a revolving chamber that had like 6 holes, 7 holes, 8 holes in it, and it would hold more shot. Percussion cap, and then as you pulled the trigger, it would turn fire sort of thing, or you'd have to pull the hammer back first. Obviously with this one being a Tabana gas pistol, there's no hammer assembly, which is quite nice. I think it's missing that little thing, just that little bit extra with the hammer assembly, but it's not really needed. So that is the silver done. Quite happy with that, and I've just jumped back in time. Oh well, yeah, it's looking really nice. And again, so then revolvers went to the cased ammo in brass and copper and stuff like that. People enjoyed it. It worked really well. It was very good tactically. Remember to always clean your brushes. Make sure they're wet afterwards as well, so they don't dry out too hard. I'm being a bit vigorous with the brush cleaning today. Picking out another brush. And now we have the black paint, X1 Black from Tamiya again. This is the gloss version. I have actually got some more paint, not gloss, on the way for another project. It is running out, so that's why I keep dipping the brush into the top. So this is the scope thing, targeting computer on the top. Don't know, I'm just making this up as I go along. But yes, like I said, the history of the revolver is actually quite interesting. There's loads of different versions. There's ones where the barrels are pointing all in like a nice circle, the typical ones. And then you had the turret revolver, where the chamber was on the side of the gun and the barrels pointed outwards from a central spoke. Problem with that was, if they all went off at once, which was a thing with musket rounds, you could quite easily end up blowing your face off. Thank you, Ian, for Forgot Weapons, for telling me that one. That was kind of scary to know. Oh well. Yeah, so there's all sorts of different, but the designer revolver you see in my hand sort of stuck and became the go-to weapon design. At least everything was pointing down range and you won't blow your face off. Or your friend behind you. Yeah, so yeah. But this is quite a unique design. Really nice. Just doing the end of the scope there. Just doing inside of the barrel, which you can't see on screen. Well done. Do the mounting brackets. That lump in the middle of the scope, in the real world, that would be where the main amplifier, so you twist the top and the bottom to help zero it. Zeroing is the process of lining up the sights with the barrel of the gun. So when you put your sights on a target and pull the trigger, you're not going to shoot something 30 feet off to the left. And where you point is where the bullet or the bolt of energy, plasma bolt or whatever, laser bolt would go in this situation. But I'm going to say it's a targeting computer, so you don't have to worry about zeroing. It zeroes itself. Much more technologically advanced, shall we say, for a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago. Of course, when it came to things like sniper rifles, then you would have to zero it yourself, but again, targeting computers would probably help with that, like they are in the real world today. There is a project out there at the moment that I do know about where they're trying to introduce targeting computers to rifles. So I'm just using the chrome silver again just to do a few touch-ups, because I missed some spots, and some spots have filled in the holes in the print and don't look as good. So I'm just going over them just to make sure everything is up to snuff. And that's the silver in the scope gun. See, it looks black. This is getting quite gooped up around the screws, so around the lid screw, but oh well, I'm almost out of that black now, so I won't be needing it again. I've got more on order. Just touching up a bit more of the silver that I found. I'm repeating myself. Dang it. Oh well, you get to see it in slow-mo. Hear me breathing. Please feel free to say you're an idiot in the comments, because I kind of deserve it. And again, clean that brush. Nice and loud. Okay, just trying to get another piece of paint in the background there. That's what that rolling noise was. And you can hear my boiler going away in the background as well. Okay, seriously, what am I doing here? What am I doing in the background? I can't remember. Ah, here we go. Blue. give it a good shake. I've not used this blue yet, so definitely make sure you give it a good shake. So this is going to be the screen that the targeting computer uses, or the person uses to target. Normally they would be a green, but you know what, I'm going to make it blue. Nice and steady, nice big amount of it. I remember to get it on screen. And off screen again. Lovely. Just what you want to see. Nothing. Oh, I need to get better at this camera stuff. Hopefully I'll be getting a new camera soon, so that might help. Probably not. And that's the blue done. So again, just washing the brushes in the background. Very vigorous with it today. I've been not so good with cleaning brushes recently. Oops, my bad. And yes, this is fully unscripted. Oh dear. Okay, now that I've gotten back to my friend, or my friend's gotten back to me, I'm using... sorry, jumped ahead. I'm using a metallic blue now, and I'm just going to put a small little crosshair on the normal blue. I hope this works. So get this one of the smallest brushes I have. Dab that in there nicely. And away we go. Ever so gently. This is really awkward with that pistol grip in the way. There's one. And there's two. Okay, you can't really see it on the camera, but it is definitely there. I promise you that one. Yep, just see it, but no, not with this terrible cheap camera. Oh dear. And again, clean my brush off. Well, that's actually quite nice blue, so I'll be definitely using that for a project in the future. And now, like I said, my friend got back to me and he was like, I want black pistol grips. So I was like, okay then. Black it is. Definitely running out. You can see me trying to draw as much of it out. It's getting really sticky and hard to paint with now. But, oh well. And careful around the edges. Don't want any overspill. Just push it all off, make it nice and even. There we go, nice glossy black finish. And onto the back of the pistol grip where the hand would go. Well, that's where the hand would go. Just make sure I fill in the mini put areas so I don't miss those off. So one of the things I found is when I'm painting against the grain of the 3D print, it doesn't do as well, so I've got to paint with the grain. I will be learning if there's a way to make it print nicer. Otherwise, you'll just have to watch me do things as I do. So that's what the backwards and forward motion is. That's me painting with the grain. It's not so bad on a flat surface like this, but things like the round chamber, definitely paint with the grain. Or the layer lines, should I call them. So, but yeah, just go around all the edges, make sure it's all covered, and now the front of the pistol grip, up and down with the layer lines, just to get that first initial layer on. Level off the one side, just see if I get any excess off. Round the corners. And now the last part. You can really see me pushing every single drop of black off of this paintbrush here. But it actually comes out really well, so I'm really happy with it. The black's quite a thick paint as it is, and comes out really nicely anyway. So I cannot complain. Just take it off screen again, Ben, why don't you? Ah, there we go. Yep. Just make sure the scope's done. Yep, fill in the last of the scope parts. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Try and rub off a bit of the excess paint that I've left around the top, but it doesn't work. I actually have trouble next item I try to paint, and you can hear that bloody boiler again. Clean off the brush after giving it a good soak. Yep, try it again. Doesn't quite clean, so brush it off on a bit of kitchen towel, just to make sure it's nice and dry. Okay, now I'm going to do some dry brushing, I think. Nope, getting silver out again. Oh, Ben, what are you doing? That was it. Pistol, the actual trigger, and the underside of the trigger trigger guard, because I missed it like an idiot. But that's what happens. You think, I'll come back to that bit, and I'm like, oh, you completely forget. And of course, it's all off screen. I wonder I'm not getting any subs. I can't keep it on screen. There we go, finally. Yeah, just making the pistol, the trigger mechanism silver as well to match the rest of the gun. It's nice silver chrome plating, we call it. And the inside, and drip paint all over the map. No wonder I'm wasting so much paint. Lol. I get it all over my hands as well. You should see my hands afterwards. Not good. We are done, I think. Yep, I think I'm done anyway. Probably not. Now we go on to the dry brushing. And we're just using a gunmetal here. Using some of my cheaper, nastier brushes. Because these are perfect for dry brushing. And just, when you put there, I'll just scrape it all over. Doing the edges where there would be wear and tear from going in and out of the holster all day. Around the barrel where the heat would have melted some of the paintwork and the chrome off. Just, you know, a bit of wear and tear. Not as much as I did on the thermal detonators the other week, but definitely enough just to give it a bit of character. There we go. I've gotten quite good at the dry brushing actually, I think, so I'm enjoying doing it. What do you think to dry brushing of weathering of props? Do you think it adds a flair, or do you think it should all be nice and neat? Just doing a bit around the scope as well now. The other side of the body and the chamber. Just rub some out, just put too much on. So I actually put it in a puddle of black as well on one side, so probably see that in a second. Oops. Yep, just do all the scope as well. The little adjustment nozzle on the top, around the back of the scope. It's going to be like a family heirloom sort of thing, I think my mate said, because he is making a Star Wars character cosplay. So, just a bit round the grip. You can just see on the top of the screen there. Once the cosplay conventions are back up and running, of course, we'll be taking cameras with us. I'll have a spotter with me. And we'll be filming stuff, doing like a little vlog thing around the events. Just now the back of the pistol grip. But until that time, because of what's going on in this world, you're just going to have to sit up with me painting things. Yay! And now just top of my head, I really need a haircut. Ah, there we go. I'm just doing the little rivets in another colour to make them stand out a bit, make them pop. And I think this actually came out really well on the gun, not so much on the pistol bit, but I don't know, my mate's happy with it, so I just need to take it down to one day, once we're allowed. And now the other side. There's one, there's two, there's three, there's four, and there's five. Sound like the lock-picking lawyer there. Click out a 1, click out a 2. If you haven't seen it, I actually recommend it quite highly, because there we go. That's it done. I'm rambling again. Yes. Bit of weathering, bit of character, nice gun to hold. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. So now, just very quickly, I'm going to show you the process of making a holster for it. So this is sped up to 4 times zoom, so please, I apologise how quick it's going, but I've got some 2mm black foam sheets. Drop that down, put the pistol on top, and I'm just trying to work out where the pistol should go. This is like a 5-minute process, hence why it's sped up so fast. Just planning and planning and planning and planning. Yeah, just get a pair of scissors. Try and mould it around the gun a little bit. Just to give myself some score lines. Thinking, you know what, maybe I should do it where it's hanging at the end. Just cut the tip off. There we go. Cut that edge off. There we go. Yeah, just score where the top of it's going to be. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. So that flap I've left at the top, that's going to be using magnets. I'm going to flap that round. Oh, too much glue. There we go, glue that down on one side. I'm actually going to roll that over the top. So this is actually the back of it now. Oh, I've got it. So glue that down. There we go. So just let that set for 2 minutes. So it's quick drying, and just roll it over the top, glue it down. I leave the end open for a second because I thought, you know what, maybe having the barrel stick out the bottom would be cool. Unfortunately, the side post at the front got stuck, so I had to seal that up. Didn't have much of an effect anyway. So there you go, that's me sealing it up there. Didn't get much glue on my hands during this process, so that's a bonus. So now I'm just putting around the seam of that second sheet. There we go. And yep, there you go, that's me just testing how it would roll round. If it's a big enough flap and everything. It was. So this is meant to like replicate a black leather, but it's not, it's just 2mm foam. But my mate's fine with that. Just again checking how it would roll around a belt. And I get my 4 little magnets. I love playing with magnets, yay, not. And I just put a dab there, put a dab there. One set of magnets, one set of magnets. I've left it so that there's 2 magnets on each dab, one on top of the other, so I keep them the same way round. So I just hold that there for a few minutes, let it dry. That way when I try and glue the other ones on, I know that they're on the other side. When it's flipped over, I know it's not going to try and push them away or anything, because that's happened before. So just trying to mark out where they're going to go. Put a dab there, put a dab there. Fold it over, glue it down, hold it in place, and that's it done. What do you think to that, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Thumbs up, sideways thumbs up. Maybe. Thank you and good night.